Hey everybody, Flip and Danny here, founders of the Freedom Real Estate Group family of companies, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, which is called
Freedom Through Passive Income.
That's right, and welcome to another episode. This is one of our live episodes. This is our week 44.
Yeah,
44, double fours, which means that we only have how many left?
I don't know.
8. Good job. All right, there we go. At least theoretically, there's 52 weeks in here, so I have no idea how many actually of these we have left.
Yeah, right.
Because I haven't looked at the calendar. But welcome. This is live. This is November 3rd.
Yes, happy November.
Yes, happy November. And all of a sudden, well, what's weird is being, now we're in Florida, and so there really is no temperature difference, so it feels like it's still September or August.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
It's like, hey, it's November. Yay. Couldn't tell.
I love it.
Yeah, I know.
I'm grateful for that.
I love it. All right, so our live progress update.
Yeah. So I'm going to start with, we have been interviewing lots of people for different things, and we've talked about that on Thursday live episodes. And we officially engaged with another marketing team, and then also a company that will help handle some of our business consultations, tax, and legal. Well, we have a team that we can go to anytime, and so all of that happened this week, where we said yes, we paid, and we're off to the races.
And there she goes.
So that was a nice big win for last week. Mm-hmm. And then last night, we did our very first webinar.
Our very first webinar for
a secret deal.
That we can't talk about.
Don't you love these live progress updates? If you're not watching the video, he was doing some baseball signals.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's right. But last night was phase 1.
Yep.
And then we have phase 2, and then we have phase 3. So I hope you enjoyed this episode.
I did write down the phases because we can't talk about that, right?
Okay.
You have to be in our investor club to even learn about this at all. But here's some of the things that we're doing within our investor club is anybody who's in an existing deal, they have the highest priority. They would maybe we're going to call them platinum level or diamond level or something. We're going to create some club levels, and those who are already engaged in doing it, they're going to get first opportunity to join us in deals. Specifically Lake Forest, because it just sold, so we're wanting them to be able to put their money back to work and put it in this new deal, especially to take advantage of bonus depreciation. The phase 2 is anybody that's on our waiting list. So if you've called and had your strategy session and you've talked to Ben or CJ to be able to get into our investor club and tell them what your goals are. If you've said and expressed, hey, I want to be part of this type of fund or this type of syndication, and they've got you in those notes in their system, then you're essentially kind of on this fictitious waiting list, and we're going to go to you next. So that you can jump in. So it's important on those phone calls to be telling Ben and CJ what you want. And then third, if there's room still to raise in this deal, then we are going to actually send it out to the rest of our investor club. That's not public because they're in the club. They have to have a strategy session and talk to us. We have to have a substantive relationship with them. And that's going to be the 3 ways we probably go forward on future deals. And that way you guys kind of all know, hey, this is how we prioritize and this is where you stand in our club levels.
I think we should do, because you talked about having different levels like, diamond and whatever, platinum, whatever.
Yeah.
We should do something different. Everybody does, gold, silver, diamond, platinum.
Yeah.
We should do, let's do the 80s version for our investment club. So you start off in the cool list.
Yep. Okay.
Okay, and then you go to super cool, and if you're like a mega investor, then you're super rad.
Where's awesome? What decade was that?
Awesome. Yeah.
Awesome.
Maybe that's the 4th level. It doesn't get any better than awesome.
That's funny.
And then so that's on the business side. On the personal side, we did something last week that I've never done before in my life, and I agreed to it. I must have hit my head that morning when I agreed to it, but I agreed to it right away, which shocked Tammy.
Yes, it did shock me.
She couldn't believe that I agreed to it right away. And we accomplished it last week, and that was a 5-day fast. Now, before you get any thoughts in your head of, wow, they went 5 days without eating, no. I would not have done that. I wouldn't have made it past day 4 hours. And so it's a different kind of fast, and so it involves, I would like to say it involves food, but that's if you can consider soup food. But they have vitamins, and you can drink water, and there's teas, herbal teas, and there's lots of soup, and olives.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't realize. I didn't realize I was a green olive fan. Well, you could have put anything in front of me last week, and I would have been a fan of it. But anyway, so we made it. We made it all 5 days. It actually was not nearly as hard as I thought it was going to be. We did have a couple of days where we were not. Our energy was super low.
Yeah.
But out of the 5,
day 4, we were a little cranky.
Oh yeah. We didn't kill each other on day 4, so that was a major accomplishment. But we got through it. Yeah. So we both lost, a lot of weight, and then everyone always says, when you do when you do a fast, you lose weight right away, but then you gain it all back.
Or at least some of it.
Yeah. But thankfully, neither one of us did.
Yeah.
We lost weight, and we weighed ourselves the morning after the 5-day fast, and then we weighed ourselves 2 days later, and we weighed the same.
Yeah.
I'll take that any day of the week.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I'll take a fast where we can eat, even though it was limited calories. It was still it was enough to sustain us. Mm-hmm. And I think our coach said that day 3, usually people have issues. Mm-hmm. But for us, day 3, we had the most energy. We felt the best.
Yeah.
And day 4 was when we got a little bit cranky. Day 5, I think we were just excited it was the last day.
It was the last day. I'm like, give me some more tomato soup.
Yep. So that was super cool. It also gave us a ton of it got rid of our cravings. Yep. Gave us more energy. In fact, even last night I didn't fall asleep till 1:30. When we got up at 5 this morning, I tried to go back to sleep just to try and catch up. I couldn't. Yep. I'm just freaking wired. I've got so much energy. So it's really fantastic, and it's just thanks to our health coaches for recommending it to us. If you ever want to know who we're working with, let us know. We will introduce you to them. They actually have a thing where they let you try it out for a month,
right?
To see if you like it, and it's free to do that. So that's pretty cool. And then since we started our health journey, we're actually both around 20 pounds down.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
So that's freaking cool.
Yep. Yeah, it's the slowest 20 pounds I think I've ever lost, but it doesn't matter. I've lost
exactly.
it.
It's a journey.
I didn't go back up.
Yeah,
that's right. It's a marathon, not a 100-yard dash.
That's right. And we used to approach weight loss by just going hard and fast, right?
Yep.
Try and lose as much as we can, and that didn't really work.
Approach everything else.
Yeah. And it didn't work because we couldn't sustain it, and so then we'd cheat for a little while, and we'd end up gaining it all back, and it was just a roller coaster for us.
Yeah. So. I always used to say I lost 40 pounds. I didn't really lose all 40 pounds. I lost 5 pounds 8 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was good. Let me see. We're starting some new routines. Mm-hmm. So this was actually the very first week. That now I have so much energy that I'm getting up and wanting to go work out and just go. I can't even do I am so energized and I'm just go. Yep. And so I go upstairs, I do the stretch, I do the weightlifting, then I do the cardio. And this morning I think I told you I was just that's the longest cardio session that I did since I started this. And I'm like, it's just really weird how that fast kind of rewired us internally. So really, really cool. And then I'll let you go tell this one. Ready?
Which one's that?
The very last one.
Oh, yeah. So we were counting down, and 11 days from now, we will be in sunny Cancun. Usually we're more excited about this, but it's probably the same temperature there as it is here. But we're still pretty excited about it because it's a vacation. We'll be, it's an all-inclusive resort, and we've been there many, many times. And I actually get to go golfing. So, 3 times in 1 week.
Yeah, even though you live on a golf course now.
I watched golfers. That's what I do here is I watch golfers.
That is something we still have to work on, is getting you on the golf course.
So 11 days, and I'm sure we're going to be way more excited about that next week.
Yes.
On this live. Well, that's probably the only thing we'll talk about for 10 minutes is going to Cancun.
Yes.
Well, we hope that you enjoyed this episode. And again, during this episode, we talked about that we launched the new deal last night. Make sure you join the Investor Club. Go to freedomcapitalinvestments.com to join the Investor Club. Make sure you're talking to CJ and Ben or Ben. You don't have to talk to both of them. Just talk to CJ and or Ben. But make sure you're reaching out to us to get into that investor club, so that way you understand, and you're not understand, but that way you can be informed of anything that we've got coming up or anything that we're doing, because it's only through that process that you can find those things out. But we like to end all of our episodes with
Invest smart.
Live happy. Bye, everybody.
Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on the show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit and loss.